On today's episode, we're going to be fishing with Mr. Alex Fogg. He's our Coastal Resource Officer, and we have two main objectives about this trip. We're going to be trying to target amberjack. Ever since he started the tagging program for Destin Fort Walton Beach, there hasn't been any amberjack tagged, so that's going to be our targeted species. And number two, it's a big one, is we're going to go visit the SS United States. On a previous episode, he had mentioned it, but today we're actually going to get to go see it in person and actually get to be on it and get a tour.
So yesterday I had the really unique opportunity to bring Captain Josh and Anna on board to actually take an up-close look at the SS United States before it's deployed as the world's largest artificial reef. We also had some other folks there that hadn't actually seen the vessel, so it was a really good opportunity to walk around and show them what some of the rooms used to look like. The vessel was actually gutted back in the 1990s, so a lot of the rooms and a lot of the fixtures and things that used to be on board that really made it that luxury ocean liner aren't there. So as we walked into the different spaces, there had to be a little bit of a description about where we were and who was allowed to go there. We went to the wheelhouse, we went down to first class lounge, tourist lounge. We didn't make it down to the swimming pool, but there is a swimming pool on board. We were able to go to all the way to the bow where the original anchor still exists. And on the stern, there's actually a large propeller that still remains that's actually going to be retained for the land-based museum in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. That's a pretty unique opportunity because there's actually never been a museum that's based on an artificial reef that's been deployed anywhere, at least to my knowledge. So even if you aren't a diver, or even if you aren't a fisherman who has any desire going out there to visit this site out in the Gulf, you can actually go to the museum and learn about its history, learn about its legacy, instead of going diving, or even after you've gone diving or fishing on the site.
Alex, thank you so much for letting us come and tour this giant ship.
Yeah.
This was super cool. It's been super anticipated, especially when you first told us.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit more insight about it. What's some big exciting news?
Yeah, so a lot's happened since October when we took ownership of this 1,000-foot ocean liner. I don't know of many local communities that would own a 1,000-foot ocean liner from the 1950s, but we do. So once we got out of Philadelphia, that was the biggest hurdle, towing it all the way down to Mobile. But now that's in Mobile, that's where the work's really happening.
Yep.
They're getting in there, they're cleaning out all the fuel tanks, 120 of them. They're getting rid of all the hazardous materials, the paints, the glass, the things that we don't want to go into the environment. Again, this is supposed to be a reef that's benefiting the ecosystem, not hurting it.
Correct.
So over the next few, 4, 5, 6 months, this vessel will be cleaned up to where it is basically just a metal shell. The stacks will be coming off, the radar dome will be, or the radar tower will be coming off, and it'll all be put in the museum in Destin Fort Walton Beach.
Yes.
And then this will be brought offshore and deployed as the world's largest artificial reef.
I am so excited.
Yes.
I'm excited to be part of this in Okaloosa County.
Yep.
It has been a long time coming. Now, obviously, a project this size, it's kind of hard to have a hard and fast date.
Yep.
What's the ideal month time frame you guys are thinking that divers and fishing could happen?
I wish I could say tomorrow, but there's still a lot to be done, and we're hoping that this will be completely done and on the bottom by the end of 2025. And the day that this goes down, people will be able to start diving it.
Okay.
You might not want to fish it right away because it's going to take a little while for fish to show up, but I suspect that that'll be ready to go in less than a month.
Awesome. That is super cool. Are you guys going to announce that it's being, deployed? Is that the right word?
Yeah, that's the right word. Good job. So this will be a widely publicized event. I mean, we're going to be telling everyone and their mother to come out and see this. This is not something we're going to do over cover of darkness. So it'll be about a 3-day process to tow it from Mobile to Destin Fort Walton Beach or south of Destin Fort Walton Beach. It'll be prepped and then it'll be deployed over the course of 1 day.
Awesome. Well, again, I appreciate it. I am super excited to watch all the progress here. When you guys do make the announcement, we're going to see if we can get the girls out on the boat. Maybe even a day we skip school.
Yeah, it will be. That's definitely worth it.
So yes, I feel like that's an excuse after this. So if you guys want to see more progress, just check it out on DestinFWB.com. And I'm sure Alex will be posting it all on their social media websites. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
When it comes to the size of the SS United States, this ship is massive. We actually saw it one time when we were in Philadelphia for a work trip. We were driving by and I looked over and I noticed it, and it was miles away and it looked big. But to actually see this thing up close in person, it's unreal how big it is.
So I've had the opportunity to be able to go fishing with Josh on a couple of occasions, and we've caught plenty of fish. The plan today is to go out and do a lot more of the same. I think we're looking to try and find some snapper, maybe some amberjack on top water, maybe bump around and look and see if we can find some king mackerel. I think it's really just whatever the weather's going to allow us to do, and if we're going to be able to find some of those fish. And again, I have no doubt we're going to have success.
All right, Alex, welcome back on the boat.
Yeah, thanks, man. Glad to be back.
We're gonna start off this morning catching some bait. Looks like they're real plentiful right here around the bridge this morning.
Yeah, they're all over.
A little variety, it looks like. Cigar minnows, herrings, some hardtails.
You seen them jump?
Yeah, they're flicking all over the place in front of us. Oh, I got some on already. So we'll load the live well up and see what we can make happen with some of these live baits. We got some jigs too, some poppers, maybe get some topwater bait action.
Awesome. Just see whatever's biting?
Yep. We're pretty much almost into the summer months, and when the live bait shows up in our area, it's very important to spend the time and get the right baits. If you can have a variety, it's always best. Every day's different. Sometimes these fish key into one specific bait, and if you have a variety, you have a chance of having the right bait in your live well. One thing when it comes to amberjacks is when the hardtails show up, you better have them. I had a gut feeling the last couple trips I went fishing, I started catching some. So I wanted to make sure we definitely had that bait in our live well. All right, Alex, let's see if we can get these things fired up with a live bait.
Yeah, it's looking
Just
lively.
free light,
Yeah,
line it back there. There's no weight on it. See if we can get some stuff moved to the top.
There it is.
There he is. That didn't take long.
Nope. Oh, those flying fish.
You just never know what they want out here, Alex.
No.
We got a couple good hits on the lures, the poppers, but pulled the hooks, but
Might have gotten shark.
oh, it grew up on you.
Yep.
That one ate that live bait real
Yeah,
quick.
that thing hit the water and it got smashed.
So I like to have a lot of different varieties of things out here to throw. You just never know what they're gonna be keyed in on.
Yeah, you said you needed one that was a little more lively. Yeah, that's what they needed.
What do you get on there? A shark?
Yeah, I think I got shark.
Man, might be why they're not wanting to come up. Kind of glad he ate your bait, not mine.
Yeah.
I like watching more than fighting these big ones sometimes.
These donkeys hurt. There he is. There's color. He's pumping.
That's just a big fish.
Yeah, it is,
he
man.
thought I got shark. He just got a big one to start the day off with.
It's good. Already hurting my back. Come on now. So this is actually the first time that we've been able to tag amberjack, and Captain Josh has tagged probably a dozen different species, over 100 fish for our program over the last couple years. And being able to get another species, checking that box is incredible. If you think back to last fall where we caught a dozen or so red grouper that had gotten pushed in with the storms, we actually had some of those fish recaptured about 2 months later, and they had grown a couple inches and they were actually legal sized fish. Those fish were harvested, but there's still another 10 or so that are tagged that have not been recaptured. So we may need to go and do some diving or maybe go fishing at those sites again and see if we can recapture them. All right, so we brought some tags with us. We haven't tagged actually any amberjacks, so this will be pretty good. It's a smaller tag, but it'll last a while.
It's a good one too. It's gonna be a keeper when it gets recaptured, so we should be able to get some data if it does get recaptured.
Yep. There we go. Looking pretty. That's a legal fish too. Come fall.
All right.
Yep. So hopefully we'll see this thing move a little bit. Those redfish seem to like that bridge, but this might end up in some other place of the Gulf, which would be great.
That'd be cool to see.
Awesome, man.
First jack, you said?
First jack we've tagged, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep.
That's a good fish to start the day
It
off,
is, it is, man. I'm gonna let you catch the next one though. I need a break. All right, man, let's let her go.
Anytime you're targeting a specific species like we are today with amberjack, if they're dialed into one bait, you better have that bait in your live well or else they won't touch anything else.
You on?
Oh, they're trying to catch it. There he is. I'm gonna trade spots with you, Alex. That's a big one. That popper might be too small for their likings today.
Yeah, that bait you put back there was another big one, huh? Shoot, they were trying hard to catch that bait.
And for pound, these are some of the hardest fighting fish out here.
They really are.
They're not called reef donkeys for no reason.
I like when they're fired up and they come to the surface for you too. Put on a little more of a show than just putting a dead bait on the bottom, you know?
In shallow water, you need all the advantage you can get.
Yeah.
You put a bait down there that's 15, 20 feet from the bottom, you don't stand a chance sometimes.
Nope.
Just shows you how good these wrecks are for
Producing a bunch of fish.
It's all right, just get his head in there. There you go.
Nice. It's about the same size.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
You're good.
It's like netting these fish versus trying to stick gaffs in their mouths. Just
Yeah, oh, netting's a lot easier on them too. I guess we'll tag this one too. There's no reason not to. There we go.
Yeah, and just the
one.
science behind it's awesome. Like the redfish he told me yesterday when I tagged. When was it?
A year ago, a little over a year ago.
And got recaptured yesterday.
It did. You tagged it at the bridge and it moved into the harbor.
So just information like that, that's real cool to see where these fish are going, how fast
Survival
they're growing.
too. So it's also nice to know that when you let those redfish go, they're actually living. They aren't dying, right?
Yeah, and then what were you saying about the grouper?
Yeah, the grouper. So you can actually track how much they're actually growing.
The ones that we tagged
Yeah, the ones that we tagged back in
quick.
December, they got captured again about a month, 2 months later, and they had already grown a couple inches and were legal fish.
That's
which
cool.
Is really cool.
So let's get this one back in the water.
Definitely.
And get back at it.
Sure.
Get away from that motor.
Cut off? Nope, you're on there.
I don't know what that is. Something different.
A shark?
I don't know. It came through flashing. It might be amberjack.
Did he give up on you?
No, I'm just whooping up on him.
Uh-huh. So this is how it's supposed to happen? Shark right below it. See him?
Yeah.
Sweet. Kept him away.
Have to be careful releasing that one. Might end up.
I know, you might end up like that guy.
You're just talking about that guy that got bit by a shark releasing a fish. We might have to torpedo this one.
Yeah, maybe the sharks will go away.
When it comes down to amberjack fishing, nothing's better than catching them on poppers. Just to see the explosion of them chasing those things and putting the hole in the water, there's nothing like it. Today, we started chumming. It was a slow going, getting them fired up, but we finally got them fired up on some hardtails, catching a few, and they started nailing the poppers. All right, Alex, we're gonna switch over, see if we maybe get lucky and get something to take home for some fish tacos.
Okay.
There's been some red groupers around, mangrove snappers, vermilion snappers. So.
Awesome. What are we fishing here? Which site?
It's gonna be some concrete.
Oh,
Switched
cool.
over from the big shipwreck to some concrete. So
Okay.
if you want to put this on the bottom, fish it right on the bottom, let that lead lay down there, and see what you can come up with. You just never know.
All right. No more jacks. I'm tired.
You never know.
Fish on.
You're on already?
Yep. So as we were idling toward the Gulf, Josh made it very clear that we needed to go ahead and get some live baits, because sometimes, you know, the fish don't exactly like what you're offering and you need to have a little bit of diversity. So when we got to the first site after catching some of those live baits, we started throwing some artificial lures and not much was really happening. So Josh threw one of the large hardtails on a free line, cast it back there, and it was instant hookup. We had jacks tearing up the surface trying to catch those fish. Got bowed up, got a couple of them to the boat, and then it was on from there. We had no problem casting pretty much anything out to be able to get the amberjack to bite. After a few amberjack, we decided to drop down and see if we could catch some snapper or grouper or maybe a mangrove snapper. The red snapper were plentiful. We're a couple weeks early though. The season is still closed, but it was still nice to get some in the boat and throw some tags in those fish to see if maybe anglers actually catch them in a couple weeks once the season opens.
Hey you guys, Captain Josh. On today's episode, our main focus was to fish artificial reefs. When you're fishing these reefs, there's a variety of species, from red snapper, grouper, amberjacks, to even pelagics like king mackerels and mahis. You just never know what you're gonna catch. When I'm doing this style of fishing, I bring a variety of baits, from topwater plugs to slow pitch jigs, all the way down to live baits and dead bait with Carolina rigs. There's a variety of fish. I usually start fishing with the lures, see what I can get going, and if I can't get any action, I like to switch over and go to the natural baits, live baits or frozen. When it comes to the rod and reel setup, my go-to is a Plasma 2 7-foot boat rod from Star Rods, paired up with a BGMQ 8000 and 10,000. As far as line and leader, my go-to braid size is 50 to 65 pound, and when it comes to fishing these big wrecks, my go-to fluorocarbon size is 60-pound leader. This is just a little bit of the gear that we like to use on Goin Coastal when we're fishing artificial reefs. If you want to check out more product, check us out on the social media platforms or on our website at ecbaitandtackle.com. Hey you guys, Captain Josh with Goin Coastal TV. Just want to take a minute and talk about one of my favorite products that I use more than anything is the Sword 6-inch titanium pliers. Whether I'm fishing inshore, offshore, doesn't matter the species, they're always on my hip, and I use them from cutting line to taking hooks out. If you guys want to learn more about these pliers, check out Sword Fishing Products on their social media or their website at swordfishingproducts.com. After catching those amberjacks and getting sharked by that last one, I personally don't like just catching fish and feeding them to the sharks, especially if we're catching and releasing. So once a shark shows up in the area and we lose one, I like to move on and try something different, and this was the time to do it. I changed our game plan over, and I wanted to target some snappers. We're really trying to catch some mangrove snappers, but boy, did we find some quality red snapper. Oh yeah.
You in the chum?
Yeah, I think I might have got a mangrove this time.
You think so?
I've seen a couple keep on coming up. I can get the head turned.
You just have a loose drag?
Yeah. Got a small hook, so I don't want to pull the hook out. Another red snapper.
Red snapper.
So many of them, can't get through them.
I know. What you want is down there.
Quality fish. Look at that one. That was probably another 24 inch fish.
24-incher. Little baby hook. So about 3 years ago, we started working with local charter captains to get some tags into their hands to tag fish that they're generally, releasing when they're out of season or maybe out of slot. We started with Captain Josh and redfish, which was an easy target because they're always at the bridge, they're always at some of our local flats, and they're generally caught over and over and over again, especially those big bull reds that you can't bring home anyways. So it's actually a unique opportunity to where a visitor is coming and going with a charter captain. They catch a fish that gets tagged. They maybe go home and forget about that fishing experience until we contact them 4 or 5 months later when someone has actually caught their redfish and it's grown a few inches and maybe it moved a few miles away. This program has really blossomed, and we have dozens of captains that are tagging all sorts of fish, 500 or 600 different individual fish coming from maybe 15 or so species, from redfish all the way out to blue marlin and swordfish. So we look to continue to grow this program and get tags into the captain's hands. It's a relatively inexpensive process, but it sheds some really awesome information and provides really useful data to scientists for management purposes.
All right, Alex, another great snapper. They've all been quality.
Yeah, we got about 10 today that all would have been legal in just a couple weeks or a week.
Way more than legal.
Yeah,
Those things are solid
There was
fish.
no measuring needed for sure.
So.
But only lost one to sharks too, which is good.
Yeah, they all swam back healthy. We're in
did.
shallow enough water where they won't be hurt.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Got a few tagged too, so we'll see if we hear from them in a few weeks.
Yeah, been a great day.
Yep.
Almost lunchtime.
Yeah, man, I'm a little hungry. Let's go do it.
Let's head back in and go grab a bite and get this boat cleaned up.
Sounds good, man.
All right,
Let's
man.
do it.
Good seeing you again.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
I've been fishing the Destin Fort Walton Beach area my whole entire life. The efforts that Alex Fogg and his team are doing to create more fishing spots, especially ships and tugboats, does tremendous help for our fishery. Amberjacks especially like big, tall structures. So anything like the SS United States or these tugboats that he's deploying are great habitats for fish like these amberjack and other reef fish that we anglers like to catch, especially red snappers. Overall, we had a great day. The fish were biting. We caught quality fish throughout the whole morning. Fishing with Alex is unique. He's one of those people, it doesn't matter if the fish are biting or not, it's always gonna be a good time. And the fact that he invited us to go see the SS United States up close and in person, that's a memory that me and Anna will never forget.
Haha.